Good evening. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2025, and coming to you from Lonely Tree Media headquarters in Tacoma, Washington, this is the Best Lamb Sports Show. I'm your host, David Lamb. With me is my son, Parker. Say hello, Parker.
Hello, Parker.
Despite the heat, the fans turned out. It could have been the free water.
That's actually not a bad plan. Just stand outside and be like, "Do you guys want to watch a show
Yeah.
in cooler conditions with free water?"
It's almost air conditioned in there, and it's free water.
At least one person will come inside.
At least. I mean, that's the best way to entice them in is just let, hey, I know it's hot outside. We got free water.
But we got free water.
We'll even let you take one home. So we're hitting that point in the season where there's a lot less to talk about. And when teams take an all-star or leagues take an all-star break, I'm looking at you, WNBA and MLB, there's a lot less to talk about. Even less. But we're going to talk about it because, it's here. MLB All-Star break. We had the All-Star game. We had the Home Run Derby. We've got some NFL news and notes, some signings, a retirement to talk about. A retirement to talk about. And contact lenses. We're going to talk about contact lenses. Anyway, the Blazers made a re-signing. The NBA Summer League is in full swing. The WNBA is reaching the All-Star break. We'll talk about that too. And that's all. And then we're going to talk about some NFL records. We're going to have a little quiz at the end of the show about NFL records. So Parker's got his thinking cap on. Hopefully he's got it ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Dialed into NFL records. Let's talk about, first of all, TJ Watt. TJ Watt just re-signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, agreed to a 3-year extension, makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history again.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Again. $123 million on the extension, which is $41 million a year. It's a lot of money. All I'm going to say is this. That's a lot of money to pay a guy. Now, he has led the NFL in sacks over the last 5 seasons, 73 and a half sacks over the past 5 seasons. That's almost, 16 a game? It's about 15 a game. 15 would be 75. Yeah. Or 15 a season, sorry. 15 a season. That's a number of sacks. It
is.
Yeah. Unlike his brother, he seems to be able to stay healthy better. JJ was hurt all the time.
But JJ was hurt all the time at the end. JJ played 10 years before he started getting hurt routinely.
Okay. I feel like he was hurt a lot. I don't know if that's true. We'd have to go back and look and see JJ Watt's
year in and out. I can get it. I'm on it right now.
Oh yeah, good. Look up JJ Watt.
He did not play as long as I thought. Oh yeah, 2011, 2012. Okay. So he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full seasons.
5 full seasons.
Hold on. He
Okay.
played 5 full seasons in a row.
Okay.
Then he played a 3-game season, a 5-game season, another full season, an 8-game season, another full season, a 7-game season, and then another full season.
This is what I mean when I say he was hurt a lot. Every other year he was hurt, meaningfully hurt.
From 2016 to 2022 when he retired. So over that, what is that?
7 years.
7-year stretch.
Yeah.
He played 3 full seasons and 8 games and 1 half season, and then everything else was less than half.
He was meaningfully hurt, like to the point where it limited. He played maybe half a season at most, right? Any of those seasons. That's really affects your team when he's your dominant pass rusher. And you still got to keep him on the roster. It's not like they fired him; they got rid of him, right? He's still there. You can put him on injured reserve, and then you can find another guy to fill the spot. But
in all of his seasons, full seasons played, which was 5, 6, 7, 8. In only 2 of them was he not first team defense.
Yeah, he's amazing. He was amazing.
Yeah.
But TJ's maybe better.
TJ is better, but they play different positions too.
That's true.
JJ was used as kind of a defensive end, but they used him at defensive tackle a lot. They never used TJ at defensive tackle.
No, he's just a rusher. He's just a
He's a
pass rusher.
pure edge rusher. Yeah. So it's a little different. That's more like he's not going to run stop on plays, but he's going to get more sacks. So that's kind of the trade-off.
So he took the lead back from Jamar Chase, by the way, who makes $40.25 million a year with Cincinnati, right? On March 18th, he signed that deal. And then also Myles Garrett, shown here about ready to kill Mason Rudolph, who makes $40 million a year. That was on March 14th. So each time one of these guys like signed something, they became the highest paid dude. And then there's Hunter from Houston, $35.6 million. And then I'm going to be honest with you, Max Crosby is the one guy on any of these defense. You name a defensive guy in the NFL. It doesn't matter. Max Crosby is the one guy I am afraid of the most if I'm an offensive coordinator, just because of his ability to disrupt things.
It's all the tattoos. He looks crazy.
It may be the tattoos. He doesn't, but he doesn't. It's not the sacks. It's not that he just disrupts crap. And you watch, you run his way. You're taking your life in your own hands, right? Because he can stop the run. He can rush the passer. He can drop back and cover things short, in the flat. He's got speed. He's got power. I think he's probably on this group of defensive players, and we're talking about 4 defensive players in Jamar Chase. He's in my opinion, I'd take him over all those other guys.
Yeah, why the hell has he got to be in my division?
I know, right? Well, and that's part of the problem is we see him play all the time because we're watching all the Charger games and the Bronco games, and you see him play.
So we know what he's capable of, and we know how teams scheme to stay away from him.
They just go the other way. I mean, he literally almost shuts down a half a field in a running game because if you run his way, he's always there.
He's always there. He's always talking trash. Have you heard the thing where he was chirping at Bo Nix? They can't hear you.
Yeah.
He was like calling out some play, and one of the receivers like pointed his ears. He goes, "They can't hear you, Bo. You gotta speak up."
Yeah, he's a player. I would take him on my team. I would absolutely.
I would too, and he seems like a really good leader too.
Yeah,
but hey, speaking of which, he played 5 full seasons, and then last season he got hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's on the JJ Watt train.
Maybe it's everyone who does that. All the edge guys are gonna be that way from now on. I don't know, but Myles Garrett
TJ got hurt recently too.
Yeah, Myles Garrett got hurt too, right? So
let's see here. TJ 15 and 15, 16 and 16, 16 and 16, 15 and 15, 15 and 15. So there's 5 seasons and then 10 games.
And then 10 games, yeah.
So yeah, that 5th season, if you're an edge, is
rough.
It's a doozy.
Yeah,
maybe. But being fair, TJ Watt's only played of his 8 years. He's only played in 1, 2, 3, 4 full seasons.
Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Whatever. And then on top of that, Mike Williams from the Chargers has retired. We thought, as Chargers fans, we were going to get Mike Williams back with Justin Herbert, and that's not happening.
Not the worst thing, though.
He's been hurt. He's been banged up, and he has decided that he's had enough. He's been declining for a while. He ranks 10th in the Chargers franchise receiving yards list with 4,800 yards, 13th in receptions and touchdowns. But he was also a favorite target of Justin Herbert, and what it does is it leaves the wide receiver room a little thin. They were thin last year. Let's be fair. Ladd McConkey was pretty good.
He was very good for him. Yeah.
Justin Herbert found him and liked him. You've got Quentin Johnston, who, and then you have Trey Harris, Keandre Lambert-Smith, who are rookies for this. They were just drafted. I still think they should go look for another guy.
Yeah.
A number 1. Ladd McConkey is a perfect number 2. Perfect. I don't think he's a number 1. I think he doesn't have, he's missing the blazing speed, or he's missing the size to be number 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's a great number 2, great hands. He's a possession receiver. He's that guy, and he's one of those favorite guys because when you throw it to him, he catches the football. And that's great. But it would be nice if one of the guys on the side had super blazing speed or was 6'2", 2 something, right? Could go up and catch footballs. over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what the Chargers are missing, I think, a little bit. But
I'm looking here to see the free agents. Amari Cooper's still a free agent.
That's interesting.
Wait, is Keenan Allen still a free agent?
Wasn't he playing in Chicago last year?
Yeah, but he's a free agent. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of guys they could go out and get. So Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, Gabe Davis, Tyler Boyd, DJ Chark, Kadarius Toney. I wouldn't want him. No. Dwayne Eskridge. I wouldn't want him. Allen Robinson. He could be a good
maybe.
One. Yeah. Marquez Callaway. I liked him. He's fast. And then River Craycraft.
Oh, River Craycraft. He can catch. But he reminds me a lot of
Ladd McConkey.
Yeah,
but just put a bunch of those guys. Well, that's what the Seahawks are doing.
Surround them with guys
they've got JSN and Cooper Kupp. All they're doing is just trying to run like hot routes the whole game.
Red, fire. I don't know. I think it's you're right. It's probably he's been deteriorating, and I get it, but it still would have been nice to see.
Still a bummer.
Yeah, still would have been nice to see him and Justin hook back up. But that's okay. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. Speaking of Justin Herbert, and we weren't officially, but we are now. UV protection lenses, contact lenses. It's dark red. They turn his eyes red.
Well, they're amber, and his eyes are a darker blue, so they kind of come out as like a real, Yeah.
It's supposed to help him see the field better. He said he tried a visor, and it didn't. He doesn't like the visor. He doesn't like how often he has to clean the visor.
I would agree with that.
But that might have been a season when he was getting sacked a bunch. That happens a lot. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see if wearing contact lenses strictly for the ability to see better, like not. That sounds funny when I say it out loud. But the not seeing better as in I couldn't see before because there was something wrong with my vision. His vision is fine. What he's trying to do is they're like shooting glasses.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he's doing with contact lenses. And I understand the idea behind it, but damn, what happens if a contact lens pops out? And I've seen it on the field. I mean, that's not so good. I don't know.
The thing is, this isn't a new thing.
No.
Nike, back in 2006, came out with something called the Max Sight contact lens. They were amber colored. They were exactly kind of what we're talking about. They had UV protection, and they were designed for athletes to wear to give them like a little boost.
Yeah.
To help them see fast moving objects.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, but they've so this has been done before. It's just recycling around. And it was what was the player who wore them? There was a player who's got a bunch of pictures of him who wore them, and it was just crazy looking. Apparently they were banned from the NFL though.
Yeah, he said that he's got to double check and make sure they're within league rules.
That's fair.
Yeah. So he may not be able to wear them. But
put a heads-up display in that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're headed, right?
Let's see if he can lock onto the
target. Recently, an arbiter in February, by the way, ruled in favor of the NFL in a grievance, right, that the NFL Players Association encouraged running backs to exaggerate injuries to increase leverage during contract disputes. That's kind of interesting in the whole scheme of things. You and I talk about conspiracy a lot.
Oh yeah,
because we believe there's one going on all the time. And this actually is. I mean, let's be fair. That's what this is agents, the NFLPA, and running backs saying, "Oh well, we're gonna hold the NFL hostage, right?" And we've got an injury unless you pay us enough, right? Anyway, it's weird. I don't know that it's going to change anything. I mean, this is old. The NFL filed a grievance in 23, right? Yeah. So I mean, this is an old thing, and
no problem.
And it may be gone already, but they may have been doing it back in the day. which means that if they're using it as leverage in contract negotiations, then teams might have been paying them running backs too much, right? It could have been. It was definitely if you faked an injury, it would be a violation of the collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So I don't know where this is headed. I just wanted to throw it out there as a thing because, what?
Yeah, it makes sense, but I mean that's kind of always been a thing where it's been like, oh, you don't want to practice, just say you're hurt.
Right.
It's hard to argue with.
You can't really fight that, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, and to some extent you're paying people, so you have you want a certain amount of personal drive, and you expect they're going to be honest with you. So if they're upset, or if they're bothered, or if they don't want to practice, or they're trying to use it as leverage in their contract, they can just say they're hurt. Oh no, that's my ankle's so sore. It feels so sore. I don't want to hurt it anymore. And most of the time they'll go, okay.
Yeah.
and then once the end of the season comes, they go, man, you're always dealing with ankle soreness.
Right. And then it becomes like even if you had a good year, you're like, oh, he's fighting through, right?
He's fighting through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
But also I think that faking injuries it's a big problem right now. Obviously, as Duck fans, we saw it with like flopping, faking injuries to flop. But now I'm seeing it like as excuses a lot of times.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody loses something important,
yeah,
there's an injury that was going on.
Sure.
When the Broncos got smoked by the Bills,
yeah,
it was, well, Bo Nix was playing through rib injuries.
Yeah, well.
When LeBron got bounced in the playoffs, it was, well, he hurt his hand in game 2 and was fighting through it. Okay.
Yeah.
You say so.
So, moving forward, the Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice was sentenced to 30 days of jail time and 5 years of probation on Thursday. That's today, by the way, for his role in a multi-car crash last year in Dallas. He pled guilty in district court to 2 third-degree felony charges, collision involving serious bodily injury, and racing on a highway causing bodily injury. And I guess the question is this: would I get the same sentence as Rashee Rice?
Absolutely not. But the argument that I would make in favor of giving it to someone like Rashee Rice, and this is just to make the argument, is that they generate revenue for a city.
Yeah, that's true.
So to speak, like in a much, because you do too, but they just do it in a much bigger way.
Well, here's my question.
So that would be it'd be like if Tom Brady, if you were like, well, I've got to put Tom Brady in jail during the Super Bowl, or he's got to play. There's a big financial impact to putting him in jail.
Here's my guess. I guess this is where I come in. This was a Dallas District Court judge, and Rashee Rice plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. You had an opportunity to put away Kansas City's wide receiver.
Because Dallas is so competitive.
Well, no, but I mean, you need every advantage you can get, right?
He's a Texans fan.
I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, he's probably a Texans fan. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's kind of weird that you wouldn't just take that opportunity to go, oh no, 100,000 days in jail. Bye.
I'll tell you the thing that I don't like about it. I don't mind. It was just a crash. I don't think anyone was majorly hurt, right?
Yeah, he paid over $115,000 in restitution to the victims of the crash for their medical expenses.
Die for that?
I don't think anybody died, but there was some hospital bills that he paid for.
Broken arms.
Sure, yeah.
But what I don't like is that, so it's 30 days of jail time.
Yeah.
All right, he'll probably learn a good lesson from that. But I don't like that it's 30 days of jail time to be served at some point during his 5-year probation.
Yeah, whenever he feels like it's okay.
That is something that no one gets unless you're a celebrity.
Right.
When on earth does the judge go, all right, it's 30 days in jail, just, when you're ready?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, no, okay. I mean, that's the part I was saying. I wouldn't get that.
Usually they put you in handcuffs and
take me away. 30 days, starting today.
Starting right now, or time served or whatever.
Yeah, minus the 24 hours you already spent.
That part gets me because that's crazy. But do you think the league's going to suspend him?
They're going to have to. I don't know how much, but they're going to have to.
There's so much conspiracy that Kansas City's in the league's pocket right now, like that they're essentially they bought the league or whatever. Yeah. This is an opportunity to kind of be like, no, we're going to make a statement.
We're going to have to see what kind of pictures of Roger Goodell that Andy Reid has.
And after the Henry Ruggs thing last year, Come on now, knock it off.
I don't know.
You gotta make an example out of people.
Yeah, I get it. There's no one died from this. Someone very well could have. I mean, this was you're dealing with super high speed incidents, and just to come out in a statement and say I urge everyone to mind the speed limit and drive safe and drive smart. You're not going to. He's not going to. He's not going to drive the speed limit. He may slow down from his 150 down to 90. He's not going to drive the speed limit. That's just not in his nature because he bought a car that goes super, 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 super fast, and he wants to drive it as fast as he can. So he is not the kind of person, I'm just telling you, that's going to go, oh yeah, well I'm going to drive 55 from now on. That's not happening.
Or wasn't.
Right? Yeah. It's not.
Yeah, but it's funny. The car he was driving. So he was driving a Lamborghini Urus.
Yeah.
Which is an SUV.
SUV, right?
At 100, and he was racing a Corvette.
119 miles an hour.
At 119 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But he didn't hit cars at 119.
No.
The data from Henry Ruggs' crash indicates that he made contact over 100 miles an hour, but the data from this is more around the range of he was actively hard braking. It was down somewhere around 50 or 60, but down from at one point 119, which is insane.
It's still super fast to be driving down a freeway.
You have unlimited amounts of money.
Yeah.
Not really, but you do.
You do.
Buy fucking track time.
Yeah, go drive as fast as you want on the track. You don't have to do it on the freeway. Yeah.
There's marshals. There's safety people out there. You can go 400 miles an hour if you can handle it.
Whatever your car will do.
And if you flip it, you die.
Or
no one else.
Yeah, you can go rent cars that will go faster and just go race. Go do your thing.
There is a Formula One car online right now to purchase that you can buy for $700,000. You can go 200 miles an hour under your local track if they'll allow it. Some tracks don't allow that stuff, but
there's room in Dallas.
Texas. There's definitely. Just go out Dakota.
Yeah,
it's right there.
It's not far.
You can buy track time.
Yep.
Make it an advertisement for Goodyear. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Get endorsement out the deal. But why are you doing it on the interstate? Ugh.
Because that's where the Corvette pulled up in front of him and said, "Hey, screw you."
It's true. It's true. And I guarantee you the guy in the Corvette, because I know people who own Corvettes, I guarantee you that guy started it.
He probably did. But I mean, that's what happens. The guy pulls up and he then hits the gas and moves in front of you. Oh, I can't let that happen. Right? I mean, that's exactly how it works. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you two are racing and we're going way too damn fast.
I've broken 100 a couple times in a car on the interstate, and they were all on cross-country trips, when at some point I looked down, I went, oh crap, I'm going way fast.
Right.
And then you slow way down because you're on the interstate for 3 hours.
I've never broken 100 on the interstate. I did it on the Autobahn.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the interstate. But
I mean, it is.
And allowed.
And I was not even close to the fastest car.
Yeah.
So
that's fair point.
There's that. And I was worried that my car was going to fall apart.
There was some shakes and
some
rattles. And
it was just oh.
Some of it was my bones.
Well, I don't know if that's my teeth chattering because I'm, nervous, or is the teeth chattering because the car is about to fall apart? I don't know.
But still, don't race people. If you want to race people, rent track time and race. But also, I wonder if that would be in violation of your contract.
Maybe because it's dangerous.
Yeah,
it's a dangerous activity.
Like Patrick Mahomes, scuba diving, and he can't go scuba diving because it's in his contract that it's.
Oh my gosh.
He has to refrain from certain things.
Yeah. Hate having embolism.
Yeah, exactly. Who was the baseball player who got in the ATV accident a couple years ago?
Oh,
he got really hurt.
Yeah.
But it was in violation of his. He tried to cover it up and say it was something else.
Major League Baseball players have more injuries from weird things, boating accidents, ATV accidents. You just look that up, but they have more problems with that than any other sport. And I maybe just more players. So that could be a thing. But it seems like I remember MLB players dying in boat accidents and getting hurt in boat accidents, or watercraft, personal watercraft, or ATVs or whatnot. And I'm like, you're a thrill seeker. I get it. Just do it safely somewhere. There's other ways to get your thrill than, oh, look, I got a 4-wheeler and here's some open space. Let me just see how fast it'll go. Maybe not the best idea if for your career. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like there's a time and a place for it. Like when I know that like when you see the hot laps they do with F1 stuff where they'll take like an athlete in the car with them.
Yeah.
Like I know that they have to clear that
Oh,
with some
sure.
insurance people and things like that first before they can do it. But there's a time and a place for driving fast, and it's not in the middle of rush hour.
Yeah. The Vikings' Jordan Addison pleads guilty to a lesser charge. By the way, he pleaded no contest Thursday to a lesser charge to resolve a 2024 DUI citation. Still leaves him subject to NFL discipline. But there's another, thing. Addison was placed on probation for 12 months, had to pay a $390 fine. Colloquially known as a wet reckless charge in California, where he was cited. That means he will plead no contest to reckless driving with the involvement of alcohol. I'm confused. I get it. Okay, so there was alcohol involved, and he was reckless. That's DUI. I mean, I understand there must be lesser burden of proof to prove that, right? So anyway, that's what he's being charged with. Like I said, placed on probation 12 months, paid a $390 fine, and he's got to complete 2 online courses. I don't know. It seems like that's just a slap on the wrist for.
According to this, he was asleep at the wheel of a white Rolls Royce blocking the left lane of I-105.
It is what it is. After you drink too much, this is what happens.
Just fell asleep sitting right there.
But this incident occurred, right? Like you're talking about, right? After nearly a year after he was cited for driving 140 on a Minnesota freeway.
Yeah,
So I mean, there's a couple of issues here. I mean, this is piling up, man.
The issues are simple. It's young, dumb people with a lot of money and no oversight.
Yeah, and
that's all it is.
Yeah.
Kids gonna be kids, and
kids gonna be kids.
These people haven't ever had to be adults, since they've been 18. Like they've been able to just maybe they've had hard lives before that and had to be adults then. But once they got money, when they got to college, it didn't matter anymore. They did whatever the hell they wanted.
Let me ask you this: Major League Baseball All-Star Game was Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Home Run Derby was Monday.
Yeah.
Did you watch either? Just FYI.
I watched the baseball game. Well, I watched the last 4 innings of the baseball game and then the overtime thing.
We're going to talk about that. So Cal Raleigh is your home run derby winner from the Mariners, and that's only fitting. The guy has like 38 home runs at the All-Star break.
He's doing really good.
Yeah. However, I will tell you this about Cal Raleigh. His batting average. Oh, it won't show me hit here. Of course not. Why would you, ESPN? Don't make it easy on me. His last, I don't know how many at bats, it's been a home run or nothing. And I mean, I suppose
it's par for the course in modern baseball players.
I suppose if you're, his batting average is 244. Okay,
it's not bad in current times.
No, honestly, but it's not a great batting average in terms of Major League Baseball batting averages. 250
not historically, right?
Right, no, historically, right. It's not a great batting average. But I mean, I don't know, 244. So let's see, he's hitting. So this has him at. This has him at 259 for 25 as an average, which is well above his historical average.
Yeah. And according to the AI overview on Google, the current league average is 249.
Sounds about right. Here's my question. The man hit 2 home runs in his rookie season, 27, 30, and 34 last year. He has 38 at the All-Star, 38 in 94 games.
Yeah.
Why?
Drugs.
Oh, maybe. Well, that's the answer, right? He's got 82 RBIs and 38 home runs. Last year, he had 34 home runs and 100 RBIs in 153 games. So he has 59 games to get -4 home runs and 18 RBIs to match last year's totals. I find that amazing, that big jump in 1 year, right? Because he's on pace to hit 70 home runs.
Well, but being fair, it could taper off. If he ends this season at
Oh, he could. Yeah.
43, you go, okay, 30, 34,
And
43.
then it makes more
It's
sense.
a jump, but he's stepping up.
Yeah.
But he's always been good for around 30.
Yeah, but he's also
So,
last year hit 220. He's hitting
yeah.
260 right now, 259. That's a huge jump. Now, some of that's he's only got 4 home runs more than he did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of weird. It's weird to see to me. He has as many doubles right now as he did last year. There's something going on. Why does he all of a sudden have a lot more power? He had power. I mean, 34 home runs and 100 RBIs is a great year. When you hit 220, it's a little tempered, right? Because an MVP type guy will hit 280, 290, and drive in 34 and 100 and whatever, right? So this is a very low. His career batting average prior to this year is pretty dang. His career batting average is 226.
Yeah.
Including this year.
It's on the lower end.
It's on the lower end.
He is a catcher. He is a power hitter.
He is a catcher.
Things might just be working.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
and you have those years. I get it. But it just, if he hits 70 home runs this year, and drives in 140 something, that's, MVP numbers. And he has not shown to this point that he has MVP numbers because his batting average is not very good. His power numbers are good, but he also had almost 200 strikeouts last year. He probably will have 200 strikeouts this year. Be close to it. So, I don't know. It's interesting. Good for him. Good for Seattle. Saying. It just seems weird. And, with a name like the Big Dumper, which, come on. I like it.
He got a big old butt.
He got a big old butt. It's working for him. And it is what it is. It just seems a little strange. What did you think about well, you only saw the last little bit, but the National League jumped out to a 6-run lead.
Yeah.
And then decided that they weren't going to play baseball anymore after the 6th inning, right? After taking the 6-0 lead.
It's the way it seems. Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I mean, and we're talking about pitchers, right, coming in. This is the thing about the All-Star game that amazes me. The American League threw 11 pitchers in 9 innings. The National League threw, more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? Dang. In 9 innings. And okay. Was the intent just not to stress anybody? We're going to get them in here and have them throw a third of an inning, or, in some cases, there's one guy in here who didn't even get an out. So, and then they pulled him. So it's interesting to see that they play so many players. I understand the position players. Pitchers, throw them 2 innings each. I don't care if we don't see everybody. Honestly, I want to see a well-pitched game.
But that's just it. This is a spectator event. It's not for baseball's purposes. It's not for the purpose of playing good baseball. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't have pulled Cal Raleigh out, and they would have still had him available to hit in overtime. But you got to give people a chance. They pulled people out and things like that. They do it with the pitchers too. Everyone wants to see their player from their team get minutes. That's all it is. And they just make sure that everyone can get minutes. Even if you don't get anything on it, you just get minutes.
I hear you.
And there's nothing on the line. Winning gets you nothing anymore.
I understand. I understand that. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
We're back to a game that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
Yes.
But we have it in the middle of the season where we can risk injury. Not like
they're not risking injury.
Okay, you're still risking a pulled hammy from a home run swing, a pulled shoulder or something. I mean, there's there's chances.
Totally, yeah. And people fall downstairs every day. They could have been at home and risked an injury.
Sure.
But they're here, and they're getting a bonus check probably for being here. So, the risk of injury, it's small, though. I watch Aroldis Chapman come in, a guy who can easily throw 103, and he didn't break 97 on, 10 pitches or whatever. So, he's not trying that hard.
Well, I mean, I get it.
So, no one's trying. If you watch All-Star games for quality sport, you're doing it wrong. You will always be disappointed because it's always bad. It's always bad. Like, NHL All-Star game is bad hockey. The MLB All-Star game is bad baseball. The NBA All-Star game is awful basketball. The NFL flag football game. Actually, the flag football one's more fun now. now because the players aren't worried about crushing each other with hits anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still not good. They still don't try that hard. It's bad. The skills events are better than anything else.
All right. I'm not a. Okay. I have a hard time with there's too many players that are on an all-star team. Number
Agreed.
one, there's too many.
Yeah.
Which leads to it's watered down. It doesn't mean anything if you're an all-star. There's just too many of you. I mean, everyone's an all-star. If there's 50 players on this team, that's not helpful. Again, if everything's an emergency, nothing's an emergency, right? So this is that way. Everyone's an all-star, so no one's an all-star. It's that kind of thing. And that's what drives me nuts is that I see there's way too many people in here. And then they decided, oh, well, I've got 47 pitchers. I better use 46 of them today in 9 innings. Let me figure out a way. Oh, you throw a third, you throw a third, you throw a third. You can throw one batter. I thought there were rules about how many times you could come out to the mound. Well, those don't count in the All-Star game. Right? Those don't matter. We don't have those rules in the All-Star game. You can come out as many times as you want because, you're going to change the pitcher however many times. There's rules about this. I don't think you can do this in a regular season game. Replace the pitcher this many times. I don't think you can. Well, number one, you don't have that many pitchers. But there's just I don't like the bending of the rules. It was interesting to see the balls and strike challenge, right? That was interesting. I'm not in favor of it because I still think we have umpires. That's why we're paying an umpire. And if I got to pay him to sit back there and call safe and out, he might as well do some freaking balls and strikes too. It's not paying him to sit back there. If no plays happen at the plate, he doesn't do anything all game because we got a computer that does balls and strikes, and I'm paying him for that. I mean, there's third base umpires who go through a whole game and they don't make a call, right? Because there's no foul balls or there's no plays at third. Okay. That happens.
But the thing is, they were making calls.
No, I get it. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a good chance that that's what's going to happen at some point. You're going to have games where the home plate umpire makes no calls. Zero. If he's not calling balls and strikes and he's only calling out and safe, there may not ever be a play at the plate during that game. What does he got to do?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a good chance because not every game has a play at the plate. That's more rare than, I think that's less rare than the plays at third that an umpire has to call. I think there's a reason why you go from home plate umpire to third base umpire the next game is because it's a day off. There's a reason why they do that. You were just at home plate. It's a rough behind home plate. You're going to third. Why? Because you don't have to make any calls. That's why they do that. And then you go to second where there's a bigger number, and then first, which has a lot, right? And then you go back to behind home plate. There's a reason why they rotate like that. And I'm okay with it. If you're not going to make the home plate umpire call balls and strikes, if we're going to go to that at some point in time, I don't like that just because we're paying a guy to sit behind home plate and do nothing.
If he's actually doing nothing, then guess what? Eventually, they will stop paying him. And also, you're not paying him anything, and you are not.
That's not. You know what I mean.
After the fiscal responsibility of the MLB, who gives a shit if they want to pay a ref to do?
Well, I'd
nothing?
like to be able.
They do pay refs to sit in the stands who are the backups who do nothing.
But that's different. And every league at every game has a backup official who does nothing.
In case shit happens guy.
Yeah, he's built in cost.
Absolutely, and it's so will an ABS system, or so will a home plate ref with an ABS system. But either way, just keep it the way it is. It's a challenge system. It adds 15 seconds tops after a pitch.
I got it.
It's wonderful.
But here's I'm just telling you, we had a challenge for home run balls. We had a challenge for outer safe at second base. We had a challenge for home plate balls or strikes. We start adding all these challenges in. Pretty soon, you're going to drive back up the time. You keep adding challenges in. Stop doing that. Stop letting that be a thing. We don't need that much. We don't need the challenges. We've got a guy here. But with all this
crap, it's still shorter. It's still shorter than the old way of doing it.
Well, it is because of the pitch clock.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, if the pitch clock hacked off 30 minutes a game, great. And then we added on 5 so we could keep efficiency and accurate play calling in place. Yeah, that's a worth it trade.
Temporarily, it's 5. Until the next thing we add on, now it's 10. Till the next thing, I don't know. They're coming up with shit. They'll find something.
No, everything is designed to streamline existing things.
You're right. Except
you're talking about adding on a new, different thing. The only thing they could do is say, oh, well, you can now challenge this. But what else is there to challenge other than strikes, balls, safe, out?
Oh, now we'll give you 3. We'll give you 4. Well, not because that's not enough. If you just keep getting them right, we'll just keep giving them to you.
That's it. But that's it. Those are the only things that you can challenge. There's nothing else you can add into the game.
That's not what I'm getting at.
To challenge.
You're missing the point. Adding in, when I say adding in, if I say, hey, now you can have 3 challenges instead of 2, that's adding in. We've added another challenge. We've added time to the game because they're going to use it. I mean, unless they're winning 47-0, they're going to find a way to use it. And if the game's close at all, just adding something. We're going to add something. Let's keep adding one more thing. Let's just keep doing one more. Why? Why are we screwing with it? Why?
Because we're trying to get it right.
It doesn't need to be right. It needs to be human. It doesn't need to be. Then let's take the players out and put robots in. Stop with the human.
At one point in time, cars started being mass produced and sold to the public, and they did not have seatbelts on them. And then at some point, somebody said, "Oh, we should probably add seatbelts to these things. That would help. That would help keep people safe." Okay. Oh, yeah, sure, let's add seatbelts to that. And then at some point, they said, "Wow, people are going crazy speeds. We should start enforcing speed limits."
Right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then 20 years after that, somebody said, "People probably shouldn't drink and drive these things."
Yeah.
Because it's dangerous. We should probably make a rule for that. They just kept adding things in and adding things in. You see what I mean? Like,
do you know why?
Safety. You feel like you're, safety, and you can argue that it's all about quotas and police departments too, but safety is the ultimate pushing thing behind all of this.
That's not where I'm
behind all of those things. No, where I'm headed is that you're making these adjustments so that the process of driving a car, everything you have to deal with, becomes safer, better, more efficient. And what do we have today? A vehicle that it's actually hard to get killed in. You can still get killed going 119 on the freeway, Rashid. Yeah. But it's harder. It's much harder than if you were doing the same exact thing in a car from the 1960s.
Yeah.
It's so much harder. And it's all in the name of safety, but it's more crap. It's more restrictions. It's more oversight.
Sure.
But it makes things better. Sometimes people don't need to be able to say, I just want to do what I want to do. They need a little oversight. Baseball refs have been able to do what they want to do for a long time. There's a little bit of oversight, and people are screaming overreach. It's not bad. They got all the challenges right.
Okay.
Every challenge, a perfect score, which means the refs were perfectly wrong when challenged.
How many times?
I think it was 6.
Out of how many calls in the game? How many times?
That's not no. It's the challenged calls. I can't.
Okay.
You didn't challenge every call, right?
Okay.
They
no.
Challenged, I think, 6 of them. So.
Okay. My point is, but
on the 6 challenges, the referee was wrong.
But somebody somewhere has the stats of how many calls were right and wrong, right? In that game.
Yeah. The MLB has it, and they will not give it to us.
Right. But it's 90%. I'm just telling you. It's 90%.
That's what the MLB says every year. Yeah. The MLB comes out and says 92 to 94 or something.
I'm going to tell you,
the last 10 years.
Probably true. There's
maybe.
Yeah. Well,
the challenged call thing says that they're 0% correct, but we know that's not true, right?
Yeah.
I've watched a strike go down the middle that was swung on and missed. That's a strike.
Well, that's not even a call. That's not even a call.
Not a call. Yeah. A called strike versus a called ball.
Right.
I've watched a ball go over the middle on a first pitch, and they call it a strike.
They didn't swing it. Right. Exactly.
Very, very easy, very simple.
Right. Or you've watched how many pitches go in the dirt, and you go, that's a ball, and they didn't call it a strike.
Easy peasy.
Right.
So the refs probably get, I'm going to say probably 30% of their calls. I'd even maybe go as high as 40% in some games. Are gimme calls
handed to him?
This is obviously a strike.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why the percentage
maybe 60% of them require a little more thought process. And then maybe a little tiny percentage in there at the end are really difficult ones.
Right. And that's why I say the percentage is high of what they get right, because most of them are gifted.
They got a lot of gimmies. Yeah,
they're gifted to them.
Nobody swings on first pitch strikes, and there they are.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. You know what it is. When you're talking about cars and you're using that analogy, let's just back up and blame the car industry and not blame safety and drivers and all that stuff, because one car company said, I can make mine go faster than theirs. Now we need a seatbelt.
Well, but also things weren't available, right? Like
Model,
airbags are a great example.
right? But a Model A, if we're driving Model A's right now, we don't need a seatbelt. We don't need an airbag.
I understand.
But car companies are the reason why we are in that situation.
And if the government rolled back their oversight, they'd probably start taking all the seatbelts and safety stuff right back out of them and letting people kill themselves. It's perfectly fine.
I don't have any problem with that either.
That's true. The point here is that when you have the option to do something better, and it's proven data that it is better, especially in this case, when you have the option to do something better and the negative impact is minimal, negative impact meaning time in this case, perception is all subjective. So it doesn't matter. You think it's bad, I think it's good. Neither one of us are right. But what is right is that the system works, at least as it's being used, to get calls correct. So deliberately choosing to ignore a system that would improve the efficacy of the game in favor of why ruin it the argument, shaking a stick for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you ignore obvious advances to make the game better, cleaner, all around?
My answer is this. An umpire will always call a ball or a strike. That machine fails in mid-pitch. It can't. Now what?
And then the umpire's there.
Well, is he gonna know that he has to call it?
Yeah.
So how does he know? In mid-pitch it fails. There's going to be some sort of alarm in his head that says, "Oh, you got to call this now."
He's going to make a call. Like, I watch baseball, right?
Sure.
You watch baseball.
I watch a lot of
baseball. And when the ball leaves the pitcher's hands, you make a call. Yeah. You're not being paid to do it.
No.
But you just
I do it automatically because I played a lot of sports.
And so will he.
No, that's not true.
Now,
that's not true.
But again, you're talking about the machine feeling mid-pitch. What happens if the ref has a heart attack mid-pitch?
Yeah, he's got a backup. He's got a backup umpire, and that's going to happen. How often?
That call.
How often is that going to happen?
It's not. And the machine's not going to fail that often.
The machine failing is more likely than a heart attack by an umpire.
Yes. It's obvious hyperbole. It's designed.
I know. I get it.
But it's not real. But the point here is that the refs in this game, 6 different times they were challenged. 6 different times they were wrong on close pitches. That means that refs, at least this one, or this, I think they used 2, because they rotated their refs out for the All-Star game too, I think. But that means that ref is not good in tight scenarios.
Okay.
Thank God for the ABS system to bail him out when he made a mistake and keep the integrity of the game still intact.
Oh.
Because the game, although I will say, I do think it was a little... Did you see that? Did you see the last pitch?
I did.
Of the regular time where it kind of rolled around in the dirt, and I think it was foul.
Yeah.
But they called it a strike, so that way they could end it and get to their special new overtime.
Yeah, they wanted to have that special new overtime.
Yeah, I thought that was a little questionable in nature.
Yeah.
But again, the league can impact games too, just as much as any person rigging a machine could.
And we know they do.
Or a human could fail. I mean, we have countless instances of referees making bad calls in all sports.
Let me ask you this.
I don't have any instance of a machine failing in any sport yet.
Let me ask, not yet, because they haven't really used them that much.
Not like, it's true. That's very true.
Yeah. I will go out and say this. The fact that we don't have goal line cameras and sideline cameras at every stadium that ever plays football is a failure. That's just failed. That's technology failure. You guys have the technology and you choose not to use it. That is a failure. Why are we not doing that? Right? Those I understand because you have a pile of freaking players at the goal line and no one's right on top of it to be able to see anything. Right? But if we had a sensor, if we had a goal line straight down camera, straight down the side, we don't have that camera angle. Why don't you have that camera angle? That's the only one that you really need. Yeah. Right? I don't need the drone camera.
The networks. So the NFL has said that they've put the camera angles onto the networks. But that's their own damn fault.
Yeah.
Make it a requirement.
Make it a requirement.
Yeah.
You got to have that.
They're going to use the Hawkeye technology this year for measuring first downs. I think it's just during the preseason.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But if it works, and they've done it before where something worked in the preseason, they just rolled it right into the regular season. So
football's one of those things I'm okay with some technology because of the speed of the action, the fact that there's multiple players, multiple people piled into a pile, right? And it makes it hard to see where the ball is, makes it hard to see where the people are, makes it hard to see if a knee's down. That I get. Baseball does not have that. Baseball does not need that. There is a guy literally 2 feet from the plate. He is the guy. You're paying him a lot of money. And if you want to eliminate all of the chances that he's wrong, we're going to have boring. We're going to have boring baseball. We stop having arguments. No one's going to come out and argue balls and strikes, right? There is not, and no one's ever going to get ejected. You're going to have boring baseball. And I don't want boring baseball. I want it to be exciting. I want there to be a chance that some coach comes running out of the dugout and dumps dirt all over someone's feet or on the plate because he's pissed off about something. That's not going to happen if you don't argue balls and strikes. I want that.
No, that guy's going to come charging out going, that stupid computer system is wrong. I know it. And he's going to kick dirt on the foot of the ref anyway.
He isn't going to kick it on the ref.
About the computer system.
No, because he's going to ask for a review. They're going to give him a review, and then it's over. There's no drama. There's no.
Imagine making the sport cleaner.
That's
terrible.
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But you either have to, I'm telling you this, eliminate the umpire calling balls and strikes now, just eliminate it, or eliminate the review. One of the two. You can't have both. Stop it.
No, yes, you can.
No, you can't. You should not have both. If the video is infallible, the umpire does not need to call balls and strikes. It's over. That discussion ends right there.
Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. I agree. That umpire needs to go away.
Okay, then that's what I just said.
No. Hold on. Stop. What I'm saying is he needs to go away because he is not efficient enough. 84% in 2015, 86% in 2017. Not good enough. They're not good enough. Use the automated system. However, if they did that, every fucking person over 40 is going to come out screaming about how they're ruining baseball.
They are.
And that's why he's going to be there. Not because he's good at his job, but to appease people for a little while until they can get used to the new technology. Let the challenges be there. It's not a problem. Like they said, over the course of this game, the total amount of time that the challenges were under review was 48 seconds for the whole game.
Okay.
48 seconds on 6 reviews. That's perfectly fine.
Do you know why? That it didn't take very long?
Because they're already being reviewed every time anyway.
There's already a pitch tracker that shows you where the ball goes. That's already been instigated. It's not.
They review them, so
yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean,
and that's why the challenges aren't a big deal. I don't think you should have unlimited volumes of them, and they won't.
Okay.
So there's that.
So if we can't have unlimited challenges, then what's the point of challenging this one? Why is this one? And what if I use it in the second inning? It's super important, and I don't get it right, that play, and I don't have another one come in the 7th or 8th inning when it's super important, even more important, because now we're trailing by a run with men on base and da-da-da. I don't like it. I don't like the limited number of challenges. If you're going to challenge every damn thing. Every pitch should be challenged. But then just use the computer and get rid of the guy. That's how we should have
40% are gimmies. Like, so I don't need to challenge the first pitch.
Use the computer. Just use the computer then and get rid of the guy. That's what you have to do. You're going to have to go. You're headed that way already.
It's what would make the most sense. But the problem is people are going to uprise over it. So and you have to softly implement it.
And that's fine. If I'm the umpires, I would have a meeting and say, guess what? We want more money. Because you're trying to you want to replace us. And you want us to you do. You want to replace it. You do, right?
You want to replace us, so pay us more.
Because you need us right now.
You're
not ready to replace us.
Yeah, they're doing these refs a favor by keeping them around.
If you say so, do you think that Major League Baseball is ready to replace every umpire on the field at every game right now?
Ready to?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you need me.
Yes.
No, they couldn't. Not a chance. There's not a chance. They couldn't. How are they going to call safer out? Who's going to call interference? Who's going to call whether that ball was trapped on the? Who's going to call? We're going to have to review every play, and it's going to take 7 hours to play a baseball game. You're not going to be able to do it. You just can't do it. There's no way.
The highest earning ref earns $150,000 per year. How many MLB refs are there? The highest earning earns $450. The lowest earning is $150. How many MLB refs are there? There are currently 76. So what's 76 times 150?
I don't know.
76 times 150. 1, 2, 3, 4. 450,000. That's 114 million.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That you are paying for officials.
Yeah.
And that's not including their travel and stuff like that, which I'm sure is covered in some way. But it's $114 million that you can use to buy state-of-the-art 8K cameras, 30 of them.
Sure.
Per team.
Per
and
team,
put them
right?
all over your stadium.
Right.
And see everything.
Okay.
Every inch of everything.
Agreed.
It can be done. It doesn't need. And you know, let's just say you take $100 million of that, and then you take $14 million, and you pay a handful of staffers back in, you know, where is the MLB headquarters? Is it New York?
Nah, I don't even have a clue. Probably.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I've never thought about. Like, I know where the MLB or the NBA and the NFL are. I don't know where the MLB is. But you pay a couple of staffers to constantly monitor them per night. I mean, there's only a handful of games at a time, 4 or 5 games at a time. You know, you have 4 or 5 people on staff. Yeah, you could do it. You could replace all referees around the league and maintain your existing costs probably. You don't want to because you want to keep people engaged. You want a little bit of drama, which is why they're going to keep the referees. You do so the way it says you do get 2 challenges, but you only lose challenges when you lose the challenge. So you can get and technically have unlimited if everyone you throw out there is right.
Okay.
Or you could lose them both in 2. You could say, oh, that was a strike, and then it was nope, that was a ball. You lost 1. Oh, that was a strike. Oh, nope, that was a ball. There's 2. Now you don't have any more for the rest of the day. So it's kind of all over the place, but people are frustrated with the automation of things, and this just kind of helps give an argument credence, but it also helps the referees, because if a ref makes a call, if an ump makes a call and says, hey, that's a strike, and you say, no, that was a ball. I don't know why on earth you'd be arguing the opposite way, but no, that was a ball.
Well,
and then they look at it,
the pitcher
and they say,
wouldn't be.
The pitcher wouldn't be, right? Yeah. But then they look at it and they go, no, see, strike. That just proved the ref right. You're going to respect him more the rest of the game.
Okay.
Because he just showed you that he's got better eyes than you do. But if he gets it wrong, now you're going to be questioning his calls the rest of the game. It's going to create drama is what it's going to do. And it's going to expose inefficient referees, because this data will go into their files and will be used, I'm sure, later.
Right.
When it comes time whether they want to sign them or not.
But you're talking about an umpire calling pitches and then having things reviewed. I'm not talking about that. That's not how it's going to be. It's like that now, but it's not going to stay that way long. Because if the video evidence is they're better than the umpire, why would the umpire call balls and strikes? Why would you do that? If you are Mr. I'm in the interest of getting it right, why would you have the umpire call balls and strikes if you could have a clear, better way?
Again, I wouldn't.
Okay, good.
I'm not running the league. I would use this system for a season or 2 to make sure we flush out all of the kinks that could possibly come up, because let's face it, they haven't yet. They've only used it for 1 season in MILB, and they've used it for 1 All-Star game.
Right.
That's it. So it doesn't have a lot of practical, application yet. Use it for a season or 2, and after a season or 2, if it's all still coming back like this, a deuces. Have fun.
And you laughed at me a minute ago when I said the umpires could hold out for more money, and you just now telling me they need to do more work with it. Well, the umpire could just say, "Oh, we're not going to umpire next year unless you pay us a shit ton of money." So go ahead and implement your shit, which you're going to do in a couple years anyway. So I need a different job anyway.
I get what you're saying, but where are you going to go?
Doesn't matter.
There's no league above this.
You're absolutely right.
It's only less pay from here.
Down to college?
You can either take the pay you're getting, which is, I'm sure, a lot less. I can't remember.
Are we going to do this at every minor league park too? They have the facility and the funds to do this at every minor league park?
That's the only thing I don't know. I don't know if it's if the league is paying for the use of these cameras, this Hawkeye system, and they're the ones who are actually like installing them or traveling with them, or the stadium has to pay for it. Because I mean, that's what the NFL, that's what the sideline camera thing you were talking about a few minutes ago. It's up to the network. Do they have it? So
for every Major League Baseball park, there are 4 or 5 minor league baseball parks. They're associated with that team, and that's a lot of money. That's for the minor league teams. How are they going to afford that? Because they don't make that much money. So single A team, they're going to go away. We're not going to have single A baseball anymore. Is that what we're doing? Or we're rookie league? We won't have that because we can't afford to put in the things. But that's how the major league runs it. So in minor league, we use a regular umpire and then we switch to something else when we get to the major leagues. Is that how we're going to do it? I'm just asking.
Again, there is people smarter than both you and me
right.
who will figure this out.
Maybe.
What makes it efficient or not. Yeah, they will. They wouldn't do it if it wasn't going to make them money in some way. Period.
Oh, absolutely. Again, like I said, because some company is paying them $1 billion to have their thing on the field. Our stuff is on the field.
That company is Caesars Las Vegas, who want accurate calls, so that way the gambling makes sense.
I don't think they care whether they're legal or calls or
conspiracy.
not. I don't think they care.
I promise
it doesn't
you, as
matter.
Someone who works at a place that takes calls about bets, I promise you, they care. The bettors care. They call. They
the bettors care. Yes, but not Caesars.
And then sometimes the companies cave and overturn and do this and give them their money back and do that. You eliminate that when you make things efficient.
Well, I understand that, but when Caesars can control what the ball or the strike is, guess what? We don't care anymore whether it's a ball or a strike.
That next tier conspiracy, Well, but that's because they'll shift the odds.
We shouldn't have
what they know.
You shouldn't have that kind of betting, online, electronic betting with electronic umpires, and everything's done electronically. We have no transparency anymore. Now all of a sudden everything's we own the technology.
Now.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have an umpire at least.
Who you can walk out and scream at, and what's he gonna do?
There you go.
What's he gonna do?
Who knows?
Nothing.
It might buy you a ball or a strike.
He's gonna no, it's not. He's gonna toss you from the game, and that's gonna be that.
Maybe.
I think
I like, by the way,
those conversations. Which, by the way, every ref in the MLB is mic'd, and we don't hear those conversations.
No.
Same way we don't hear every ref in the NFL is mic'd. And we see those little circles where they huddle up and then make a controversial call, and we never hear that audio.
Did you like the overtime?
It's all questionable.
The tiebreaker? The home run. It's a home run derby for tiebreaker. I don't like that. We just had a home run derby. Why do we need another one?
It's a home run derby, but it's not. I think the home run derby should be converted to be played like this, where you have X number of hits. Not a time limit. You don't get extra time because you did 3 in a row or something that. Like 20 hits. You get 20 hits. Whatever you do with that, good.
I'm of the belief that the home run derby should be team-oriented, and it should be a 3-inning affair, and you have 3 different batters in 3 different innings, and their total is the team total, and then we move forward.
I'm okay with that, but just make it hits,
you only get
time.
Yeah, you only get a certain amount. Well, the time is there so that you don't just sit and watch balls go by.
Yeah, but
that's why we have time.
But you just make it enough. Like how many hits, how many swings did? No, that's gonna be hard to find out.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it this year. I watched it last year, but I watched one batter last year probably take 40 swings.
Yeah.
And 20 of them maybe went over the fence, or 10 of them went over the fence, and the rest of them were just line drives in the outfield for some kids to pick up, which is cool. But he still took his full 2 minutes worth of swings. Yeah. All of these guys last night, there wasn't a person who went more than a minute and a half, maybe. I think Arozarena watched the most pitches go through. Yeah. Like I think he watched like 7 or 8 before he swung on his first one. He didn't get any either. Shouldn't have watched so many.
But that's changing the home run derby, which is a whole nother thing. What I'm saying is, this tiebreaker I'm not fond of. Why didn't we just go to the tiebreaker that is why didn't we go to an extra inning like the Major League Baseball does, put a guy on second and just keep playing? Why do we not do that? I mean, that's the rules. Why do we change it? Oh, we don't want to play forever.
Because it's not a real game.
I understand. Their reasoning that they'll tell you is they're worried about how many pitchers, right? Well, you used all your goddamn pitchers in the game. If you hadn't done that, you would have pitchers now. I don't understand what the problem is, why you don't pitch this guy an inning in 2/3 instead of an inning. And then the next guy pitches an inning and a half, right? Or 1 1/3. And the next, you could save a couple pitchers for this overtime, for these extra innings. And you know what would be even better? If you were out of pitchers and a regular guy had to throw pitches in extra innings. Boy, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
We'd all be okay with that.
I get it, but the thing is, it's not about baseball.
But it's about game, fans.
But what do fans want to see? Balls going over the fence, more opportunities to get balls. That's what they want to see.
Yeah,
home runs are the most exciting part of baseball, outside of.
I don't think.
Well, maybe
for me.
Tied with stolen bases and late game strikeouts.
Stolen bases are amazing. But
stolen bases are pretty fun to watch, and even better than that, picking off stolen base.
Yeah,
we'll say that whole animation of a stolen base.
Triple is way more exciting than a home run, just by a long stretch.
It's harder to do.
It's hard. Sure. It's harder to do. I mean, you have to be fast. You have to beat a throw. There's a play there. Usually, that's tricky. Triples are hard.
It is more exciting, but they're so infrequent.
Agreed.
That's why it's.
But what I'm getting at is
it's like saying the most exciting part about baseball is a perfect game. Yeah, but those never happen.
when guys in Major League Baseball hit 30 home runs by the All-Star break, which is a 50-something home run pace. Yeah. And they're hitting 220, 230, 240. It's lost its meaning. I'm either going to hit a home run or I'm going to get out. That's what I do. And that is not
power hitters are a problem.
That is not a Hall of Famer. That's not an All-Star. But yet these guys are on the All-Star team for some reason. These guys are not that's not an All-Star. If you get a hit once out of every get 24 hits out of every 100 at bats, you're hitting 240. You won't be in the Major League very long unless they're all home runs, and then you will, which that's what I'm getting at. These are not guys that should be all-stars. These are not guys you should emulate to hit 240. That's not a guy. You need a guy that's hitting 300. 300 is the standard, right? 290, 280. Okay, I can deal with that. But, oh my God, we don't hit the ball. We don't hit the ball with any average. We only hit home runs. That's all we do in Major League Baseball.
The thing is, though, is what wins baseball games?
Say again?
Runs.
Yeah,
what wins baseball games? Runs.
Yeah. If I hit three...
What?
Hell, hold on, back up.
And
You've seen Moneyball, right?
Getting on base.
That's all you need. Get on base.
Yeah. Well, you need to keep getting on base.
Well, right.
To eventually get runs.
But if you got guys that hit 300, you'll get a lot of guys on base.
Yeah, but if you got guys that hit home runs, you get a lot of.
You get a lot of solo home runs. You're right.
If you have a lot of base hitters, like guys who have like crazy single base hits and things like numbers and things like that, you're gonna have a lot of guys stranded in innings too. Home runs don't leave anybody stranded. Everyone comes home, or just the batter comes home.
Yeah,
it's a guaranteed run. So if I can have one guy on my roster who's 1 for 4 every game, but that one is a guaranteed run, or 2 if there's someone on base in front of him, because the person in front of him is hitting really good, a 300 hitter, lots of base hits, great. That's a good deal. That's a good deal for everyone. That gives you a chance to get runs every game.
Not in a league where you need 7 or 8 runs to win anymore.
That's true. You need a couple of these guys.
Yeah, you can't just do it with one guy. If you score 3 runs a game, you're losing a lot of games in Major League Baseball now. Why? Because everyone plays for the home run. And
Shohei Ohtani's got 32 home runs.
Yeah.
Jeez, but he's batting 276. Aaron Judge is batting 355.
Yeah. These guys are
those
are all-stars. That's my whole point. Yeah. These guys are the guys who can do it all. The all-star should be a guy who can do it all. And to have guys on the all-star team that are less than is disrespectful to the others, to me. There should be a minimum batting average. There should be a minimum number of home runs. There should be a minimum, I don't know, something. Minimum number of stolen bases. Something, some kind of I don't know, some sort of evaluation, where you can go, oh, this person is, they've got, they're hitting 260, right? And they've got 15 home runs, and they've got 38, or they got 50 maybe runs batted in, right? But he's the best one at his position because everyone else sucks. Does not make you an all-star.
I get it, and I hate the fact that MLB is like, oh, we have to have one from each team.
Yeah, I don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You do not.
I understand the reasoning, but I don't like it.
I did want to ask you though. So when you're looking at the stat line, there's a stat line for runs and a stat line for RBIs.
Yep.
Are runs just you're getting home?
Yep. How many times you touch home plate?
And RBIs are anybody else you brought home.
Correct.
So to include 65 runs and 82 RBIs. So he's responsible for 147 points on the board.
Who does?
Cal Raleigh. 82 RBIs and 65 runs.
Where's he at?
187 or 147.
Yeah, I don't know. My Cal Raleigh stats. Oh, it's up here. Are you talking about for the season now?
Yes, this is the season.
He has 82 RBIs. 38 of those are his own runs from home runs. So 44 runs batted in that weren't him.
Wait. Hold on. I'm not talking about the home run category. There's a category for runs.
Got it.
A category for RBIs.
Right. He has scored.
Runs are just you.
Oh, gotcha. He has scored 65 runs himself.
Yeah.
38 of those were on home runs.
Sure.
They're also 38 of his RBIs. So of his home runs, you know what I mean? You got to
Why does
it matters. It matters in the course of how much you've done. To say that if I had 100 homers and I have 100 RBIs, that means no one was ever on base. There was only one RBI. It was me, right?
I understand.
And that's great. But what I'm trying to evaluate is the whole player. Yes, he's driven in 82 runs and he scored 65. One of those you got to remove 38 from. He's not responsible for 147 runs.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
109.
He went a long way to get there.
He's 109.
So he has put 109 points on the board this year.
Right.
Yeah. Through running home, maybe off somebody else's hit, because that's what one of the runs could be. But he's at least himself directly contributed to 82 points solely on him. That's an RBI number.
Yeah.
But
on his hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, on his hits.
Right.
Put 82 points on the board, but he is total. Yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I get it now.
And I'm not, and because of the 65 runs, 38 of them are home runs, right? That means he scored 27 other runs, right?
Yeah.
Someone else had to hit him in. He's not responsible for those runs. That's somebody else's. Those belong to someone else.
That's what I was just gonna.
Yeah.
The reason what this all started with was I looked at that and I looked at Aaron Judge's has 85 and 81, and I went, holy crap, he's got 20 more runs, which means that there are better batters on his team that have brought him in more often because he has less home runs on the season, 20 more runs.
Right. I hear what you're
which
saying.
Means that he has better other batters.
So of this year, let me go look. 2025. So yeah, so 81 runs batted in, and he has 85 runs scored, and he's got 35 home runs.
Yeah.
So he will take away the 35 home runs from his runs. So 50 other runs scored, which means other people, but he also has 81. So he's at 130 something. Cal Raleigh is at 109 that he's responsible for.
But specifically in relation to the runs category, ignoring the RBIs category, that means that Aaron Judge has better batters around him.
Yeah, probably.
Bring him in.
Yeah, 50 other times he's been on base and scored.
Shohei's got 91 and only 32 home runs, which means that he's got great other batters around him.
Agreed. You're talking about probably the two best rosters in baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's just, it wasn't meant to be like a whole thing. I noticed that and I was like, why is he only at 65? You know, Suarez is at 58, Schwarber's at 66, but these two guys are at 85 and 91. And I was like, how is that happening for their run totals? But it's just because they got better batters. So
they do.
They also have a lot more hits. I don't know if you've seen this. Their hit numbers are Aaron Judge has 125 hits. Cal Raleigh only has 90.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's where your average comes in. That's why Cal Raleigh's hitting 259 and Aaron Judge is hitting 100 points higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, in about the same amount of games.
Yeah, and on only 8 more at bats. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, he's
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's when I say that's how you determine what an all-star looks like. Not just his numbers. He's got, Judge last year, 58 home runs, 133 or 144 RBIs, and he hit 322. Holy moly. He did strike out 170. He does strike out a lot. There's a lot of strikeouts there. And I use an example of like Tony Gwynn, who struck out like 5 times a year. Right? hit like 3. He's got like his career batting average is down around, I want to say it's like 320. But that's because he had a couple of late years where he wasn't as effective. But he could hit in his prime 350.
Yeah.
He was a 350, 360 hitter. Yeah, for sure. And he'd get on base. He'd walked 100 times a year in addition to the hits, right? So he's going to get on base a shit ton. And, he's always, he could steal bases. He could throw from the outfield. That's an all-star. That's a guy. And you just don't see many of those guys anymore. Aaron Judge is one of those guys. I'll admit it. Shohei Ohtani is in a different level than everyone else because he can pitch. Yeah. I mean, this is a guy that's capable of throwing a no-hitter. He's capable of hitting 5 home runs in a game. Not for
the Athletics.
I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody that can do that. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Did I lose you? I may have lost you. Well, hopefully you can hear me. All right. Well, we're run over on our time.
All right.
And we're back? Oh, you're back. Oh, good. So
what? Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, it just took a hot second to come back around.
No worries. I don't know where you're at. We've been at this a little while. Do you want to go over some?
We move on to the next thing.
Well, yeah. I was just thinking we'd move on to the NFL records and just skip the other
That's fine.
stuff, and we'll just talk about it later, whatever we want to talk about.
I mean, the other stuff was what, Summer League and
Damian Lillard's back in Portland.
yeah,
kind of a big deal, but we'll have to wait and see how that plays out with their 27 guard rotation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
how big of a deal that is.
Right.
He's not even playing next year, so
yeah, and he's out for a whole year, so we got time.
Yeah, it's just a salary cap question now. That's all it is.
So what happened was I was scrolling through stuff, and I found a list of NFL single game records, right?
Okay.
And some of them are people and a lot of them are old guys. There's some older things on here.
Sure.
Yeah, that you won't know. But what I want to know is see if you can name the guy who holds that record. That's all I'm asking for. And I'll tell you what the number is when I give it to you. And maybe that will help and maybe it won't. But it started with me looking at rushing yards in a game. Right?
Rushing yards in a game.
Yeah, most rushing yards in a game. And the number is 296.
296. This just happened pretty recently.
Well, kind of. I mean,
like last 10 years.
It's been longer than that. 2007 was when this happened.
Would it be Sean Alexander?
That would be a good guess. I like that guess. It's not true.
No, 2007 is right around that time frame.
It is.
Reggie Bush, maybe?
Nope. One more guess.
Give me a hint, and I'll do one more guess. You got to queue up some hints here.
Whoa. Let's see. He played at Oklahoma in college.
Oklahoma.
Yep. He went to Oklahoma. He played for 5 or 6 NFL teams. He played for one for
Adrian Peterson.
AP is the guy.
Oh, right. That is right around that time too.
290. Okay. That was his rookie year.
I didn't know he. Yeah, he did play for Oklahoma.
I
don't know why that is not seeming right in my head. I know it is, but it's not seeming right. When you said he played for multiple teams, I was like, "Who's a running back who's really traveled?" And then it was either going to be Frank Gore or Adrian Peterson.
It wasn't that many. It wasn't. He played like the first 10 years. He played all for Minnesota, and then he got bumped around quite a bit. Ended up playing for Seattle at the end. Anyway, yeah, 296 is the record.
Not bad.
In 2007 as a rookie. It was his second game or something. No, it was November 4th. It would have been further in the season. He only played 14 games that year, but anyway, there you go. There's that. All right. How about most receiving yards in a game? And this one's a little older. So, and the record is an amazing record because it also is the record for most yards from scrimmage in a game at 336.
Calvin Johnson?
And no, that's a good guess too. In 1989.
Oh, I guess I could have waited for the.
He played for the Rams. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough.
What was his name? Eric. Oh my God, Rams receiver. Oh. Falk? No, Falk was running back. Who am I thinking of?
I don't know. Eric Crouch, former quarterback.
No.
Eric.
He played for the Rams. There's a guy with a Rams jersey.
This one's tough. I was going to give you that one.
I don't know about this one.
This is Willie Flipper Anderson. Flipper Anderson.
Who?
Yep, Flipper Anderson. Yep, 336 yards, the most receiving yards in a single game. Crazy, right? That's a lot of yardage. I mean, I don't care who you are. That's a lot of freaking yardage. It is not the most yards total gained in a game. That happened in 19
like all purpose.
Yeah, total yards. This is the most. He had the most yards from scrimmage. But this guy, in 1995, had the most yards gained in a game total, including return yards and all this. 404.
404?
404 total yards in the game.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right? That's like woo.
Wait a minute. Is this a Bronco?
He was.
Oh my God, I know his name.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, because they showed a thing about this
Yeah.
last year.
Sure. That sounds right.
What the hell What's his name?
He played at Stanford. I've watched him.
I don't know his name. Dang it, that was not.
Glenn Milburn.
Spell with one N, right?
Yeah, Glyn.
Oh,
Glenn.
I freaking knew it.
Yeah, Glenn Milburn. 404 yards. Come on, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's some crazy things. I don't expect you to know.
Let someone else carry the ball.
Right? I mean, some of those were return yards. I think most of those were return yards for him. Most field goals made in a game.
Well,
I'm going to ask you for the number first to see if you know that, because that's a lower number. You might get that. Most field goals made in a game.
I've seen 5 or 6, so it's got to be more than that, because they weren't celebrating those like they were crazy. And yes, the Broncos sucks. I've seen a lot of field goals. 8 or 9? Let's go with 9.
It's 8.
Oh,
yeah, you're right there. Rob Baronis of the Tennessee Titans in 2007. 2007.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Rob Baronis? He was around for a number of years.
I don't think I've ever heard of anybody kicking 10. I mean, clearly they haven't, and that's why I said 8 or 9, because I feel like 10 would have stuck out.
Right. He also holds the record for most points scored in a game with no touchdowns, which is 26. He had those 8 field goals and 2 extra points. So 26 points without scoring a touchdown. There you go. I mean, these are gigantic numbers. That some of these I look at them and I like 336 receiving yards. Who's gonna beat that? You know how many times you have to catch a football now, right, to get 336 yards with the short West Coast offense that everybody throws. I
wonder who has the most receiving yards in a game in college.
I don't know. I haven't looked that one up. College we haven't gotten to yet. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
What's the record in? Just give me the number. What's the record for most interceptions in a game by a defensive player?
Oh, no.
I like that answer.
No. I'm like rolling through them in my head, like, I don't know. 5?
Oh, you're so close. It's 4.
It's 4. Oh, somebody's got 4.
It's only 4. 19 times though. And the most recent time was D'Angelo Hall in 2010. He got 4.
That's fair. He's really good.
Yeah. See, and then I ran into these things. What's the most punts in a game? What's the most times a punter has punted in a game?
Well, it was definitely a Bronco game.
I don't think you're right about that one. Yeah, yeah. So this
by both teams or by a single
just
team?
Single guy, one punter. He did not play for Denver, by the way. He's older. It's an older guy. You're not going to get the name, but I just wanted to know how many times you think is the record for punts in a game by one punter.
15?
Oh, you're 16. You're right 16. On it. You're right.
I was in the neighborhood.
Leo Aragus was his name.
Oh, him.
Yeah. He did it in 1998. He played for the Raiders, the Lions, the Vikings, the Seahawks. He also played for the Rhine Fire, the New York, New Jersey Hitmen, and the Rio Grande Valley Soul.
All important teams.
His career, St. Louis Rams, also San Diego Chargers, Miami Dolphins. He was on all of these teams' rosters. Kansas City Chiefs, Ravens. Some of them in the same year. But he's 16 punts. Do you know how bad your offense has to be to punt 16 times in a game? Anyway.
Broncos bad.
Well, I get that, but 16's
a lot.
He also holds the record. Yeah, he also holds the record for punting yardage in a game, which you'd think.
I can imagine with 16 punts.
709 yards of punting yardage.
You would have to 3 and out, and then immediately 3 and out the other team with a lot of clock stoppages.
Right. Yeah.
Everything's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, you'd think. Let's see. There's so many statistics in this thing. Most solo tackles in a game. How many solo tackles in a game? It happened in 2018.
Most solo tackles in a game.
Yep.
I've seen people get up there, like in numbers.
Yeah, this is up there in numbers.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 17.
It's 19.
19. Okay.
Shaquille Leonard in 2018 had
nice.
19 solo tackles. That's not even counting the half credits, right?
Dang.
Yeah. Most pass attempts in a game.
Oh, why do I know this?
You should know this one, but this was from 1994, and it was overtime, so there's credit for that. But 1994.
Is this oh fuck, what is his name? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Is the guy who Brady took his spot? What is his name?
Yeah,
what's his name?
You've got it. You're right there. You're right there. It doesn't, but you don't get credit.
Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe. 70 attempts.
I've heard this one pretty recently, and I don't remember what the context was, but somebody brought it up recently that he has the most pass attempts in a game. So.
70. He threw 70 passes.
That's a lot.
That's my arm hurts thinking about it. 70 passes. That's a lot. Let's see. What's a good one on here? Most receiving touchdowns in a game.
I'm gonna go with 5.
5 is the right answer. Can you name any of the 3 guys who share the record?
Ooh.
Two of them are household names. The other one, not so much.
2 of them are household names.
Oh, absolutely.
So like Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice is one.
Yeah, that's a household name for sure.
Definitely. They're at least football household names. Let's call it that. Because if you're not in a football household, you won't know.
Is one of them like Julius Thomas?
No, that's a good guess though. It's interesting
because he had during that year, that like 2013 Broncos year, he had Peyton threw for like 60 touchdowns,
right?
But he had a bunch of them in a couple games.
Yep. This guy played for the Chargers most of his career.
For the Chargers.
Yep. And Dan Fouts from the University of Oregon threw most of his threw all of these touchdowns to him, but threw most of his career touchdown catches. That helps you out. When a time frame was. I could tell you when it happened, but.
Winslow?
Kellen Winslow. There you go.
What position did he play?
He's technically a tight end.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen the Chargers jerseys that say Winslow on the back, and I know it was 80 something.
Yep.
So I knew he was like a receiver-ish, but it was always one of their throwback ones. I didn't know he was around there in that Dan Fouts time.
Yeah, Dan Fouts was his. Yeah, this was 1981 when he caught the 5 touchdowns. And then Bob Shaw is the other one. I don't know who Bob Shaw is.
I don't know who Bob Shaw is.
You're never gonna know who Bob Shaw is. You're not gonna remember even if I tell you. Let's go one more.
Okay.
I'm
getting quite a few of these.
I'm gonna give you a choice.
Okay.
Most points scored in a game, period, no matter how you scored them, or
by one team or
no, by one guy.
Oh, by one guy.
By one guy.
Oh, wait, didn't you just tell me it was what's his name with 26?
That was points scored without a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
Rob Barona scored 26 points without a touchdown. This includes touchdowns. Most points scored, period, no matter how you got them.
Okay.
Or we can go with I'm working on I'm trying to figure out which one I want to go with. Most that one's gonna be hard. I don't want to give you something that's too difficult because that's rough. I'm trying to find you a good one. Most combined attempts, which by that we mean times touching the football, receiving and rushing. Right? So how many times total did you touch the football in the game?
Oh.
So one of those two. So you can either go with most points scored in a game, or we can go with most combined attempts. So
I'm gonna go with points scored.
Okay.
Because I have a guess.
Okay, go.
My guess, and this is because I was at your house watching it.
Oh, I knew what you're gonna say too. It's a different record.
It's a different record.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the record.
Alvin Kamara Christmas.
Alvin Kamara Christmas of 2020 is the most touchdowns in a game rushing, 6, and he scored 36 points. But it is not the record for most points scored in a game. Oh, right? Because
that's quirky.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Most points scored in a single game.
Yep.
And it's more, and they scored more than 36.
He scored more than 36 in a single game.
I don't know.
It's tough, right?
Can I get a? When was it?
Oh my God, it was old. So he would have. Let's see. Let me see when. Oh, it shows on my. Hold on. Let me get this. Scroll down. This happened in 1929.
So pre-NFL.
Yeah, well, it was the. Well, no, the NFL. It's technically still the NFL, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
It's still the NFL. It was before the merger, before the AFL.
Before the merger. Yeah.
November 28th, 1929, which sounds like Thanksgiving. Might have been. Hard to say. But, yeah. So, anyway, it's not as easy.
I have no clue who
I know.
That's going to be.
See, that one's a tough one. So, his name is Ernie Nevers. Ernest Alonzo Nevers, nicknamed Big Dog, by the way. He was an American professional football and baseball player and football coach.
Wow.
Right? And he was widely regarded, as they say, as one of the best football players in the first half of the 20th century. Played fullback, was a triple threat man, known he could run, he could pass, he could kick. And this is why he got the most amount of points. He got 40 in one game. And
40.
That's because he was kicking extra points in addition to running for touchdowns. He also played for the Duluth Eskimos in 1926. By the way, I just want to throw that name out there because I like that. I mean, that's a good name for
Ernie Nevers.
Ernie Nevers.
Dang.
Right? So, he was playing for the Chicago Cardinals when they, in 1929, who became the Bears. Oh no, well they were the opposite of the Bears. They competed with the Bears. Anyway, long story short, he set the NFL record for points scored by a player in a single game. He scored all 40 points in their 40-6 victory over the Bears, and he scored 6 rushing touchdowns, right? Which remained the sole owner of that record until Alvin Kamara did it in 2020. So he also kicked 4 extra points. There you go. There you go. And
I thought I was onto something with that Alvin Kamara one.
You were right there. He's right there. He's right in the history. He's in the history books quite a bit. And just for fun, the other number of most touches, most attempts in a game is 48. The record is 48. James Wilder, back in 1983, played for Tampa, and he played for some other people. I think he's playing for Tampa in 83. He had 42 rushes and 6 catches. And then in 2002, LaDainian Tomlinson had 37 rushes and 11 catches.
Talk about a workhorse.
But he needed overtime to do that, so it doesn't count.
It's not the same.
Can you imagine touching the football 48 times in a game? Hey, we ran like 70-something plays. 48 of them were this guy.
That's Frank Gore numbers.
Those are just using it and using a guy. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of more things on here that when I see the numbers, most punt return yards gained in a game, 207.
207, jeez Louise.
I know, right? The numbers seem so gaudy, right? Most sacks in a game. That's where I was headed with it originally because T.J. Watt was up, and I was looking, okay, well, what is the record for that? It's 7. Derek Thomas, right? Most fumble return yards, 104. Most passing yards in a game, 554. Yeah, right? And then passing touchdowns in a game, which is shared by a bunch of guys, but it's 7. Peyton Manning's on that list. Drew Brees, Nick Foles. They're all on that list. How about
Foles, that's
most passes intercepted in a game by a quarterback throwing interceptions? It's 8.
Peyton Manning?
It's 8 by a guy named Jim Hardy. 8.
Peyton Manning was through a ton of interceptions in a game.
most times sacked in a game, 12. There's so many. Most fumbles in a game by a quarterback, 7.
Some doozies.
Those are records that probably never going to be broken. You imagine fumbling 7. You'd be pulled so fast from a football game if you got to 3 or 4 as a quarterback now. There's no way you'd get to 7. Losing 7 fumbles in a game. There's no way. So, anyway, there you go. All right. I just want to touch on. We'll touch on college records next week.
Oh, I like that idea. Let's do that. I might do better. I need to try and just do. We need to try and just do them like since I've been alive.
Well, then they won't be records, though. I mean, anything that was set while you were okay. I'll look at it and I'll see what was set while you were alive, so that way you might have some knowledge of it. Yeah, we'll do that.
That's fair.
That sounds fine. All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's all. I'm all good now.
Okay, perfect. This has been a Brain Rock production, Division of Lone Tree Media. I want to thank ESPN Fox for all that All-Star Game debacle with a tie. I would sit there and I was funny because when I saw it, I was like, how does this end in a tie? I thought we got rid of that. We did. And then and then Major League Baseball decided, oh, well, the final score is not going to be 6-6. It's going to be 7-6. And I went, what? You can't do that. The final score was 6-6 with a shootout, because that's what you did. You had a soccer shootout. Which I think
made it difficult.
Which I think is how they should solve every overtime game in NFL, is with a shootout, with a soccer kick, with like kickers kicking. I think that's a gimme. That's an easy one. Or you have your 5 best kickers. You got a punter, you got a kicker, and then you can find 3 other guys. Anyway. I don't think they're ever going to do that. They don't ever listen to us. Apparently they're not listening. All right.
They're still not listening.
They're still not listening. All right, next week we're going to cover college football records, obviously. We're going to cover the Summer League finally. All it's going to be over with by now. We're going to talk about the WNBA All-Star Game, which is this Saturday, if you want to watch it, if you're interested. More about Major League Baseball. They're starting the second half of the season. We'll keep an eye on the NFL news notes, updates, any crazy signings or trades or anything that happens, or any injuries, because that also affects the world, right? People are at camp. Aren't they in camp right now?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. That's when
start camp. So there'll be news starting to fly here soon.
That's when the career injuries start, or the season-ending injuries start in camp.
It's all assimilation stuff right now, so there's still a lot of time left.
Someone will tear an ACL here before. I hope not too. Anyway, we'll talk about all that and more next week. Again, Brain Rock Production, Division of Lone Tree Media. I want to thank everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week.